what are the prerequisites needed for using Microsoft Intune. So first we need the licensing part in order to ensure that we can enroll into the Intune portal. So in the Microsoft licensing also guys, we need that the license following type like Office 365 E3 license will need E3 license or E5 license and business premium license, which may include the Intune Plan 1. Okay, so this is the license type which we require while using the Intune portal. That is the initial prerequisite which we see in detail, like why this license, for this license, how we can enroll it. Now, the second point we need for this licensing, after that we need an EMS, which is Enterprise Security and Mobility. Okay, and in that it already included E3 and E5 plan. So that ensures that the device which will be enrolling, that will require a security. Whether it's a mobile device, then it will need the security with mobility features. Okay, like our Android or iOS phone. So for that reason, that it will require it in the licensing part only. So that will comes in the licensing part only, which is a subset of these things. Now after that, we may require a add-on or device-based license, kiosk we can say, or for enrolling the certificates in our Intune portal, or whether it will be a shared workstation. Okay, so that kind of thing that will come into this part only. Now what are the second thing guys will need to require for this? Suppose I have to enroll the users into the Intune portal. Okay, it's like whether the users can be enrolled it from the mobile device, Mac OS. So for the second part we need the Microsoft Entra ID. Okay, so which will need to enroll the, which is called Azure Active Directory. For that, we'll require the Microsoft Entra ID. So through the Entra ID, what we can do, we can enroll those users into the Intune portal, and thereby we can configure a custom name, domain name, which will require, which is automatically provided when we work for, the Microsoft domain, which would be in free plan. We can automatically enroll for this part. Okay, and after that, and we need for MDM, which we need to require for managing the mobile device management. So these three things we required. Now why the mobile device management is required? So it we can set it into the endpoint management portal for this, and it's through this which is set by default a tenant which can be managed by default for it. Now after that, we need some administrator access also for the permissions issue for the network requirements. So for this, we need to have an administrator. The third point I will write it here, it is administrator access and roles. So administrator access and roles, that will require you in order to ensure that the users can log in into the account, and the account which is login for the Intune, which is having the license. Okay, so that licensed user which can be a part of a Intune administrator, that can be an Intune administrator. And for that, suppose I need to enroll 1,000 devices. Okay, let's say I have to enroll 1,000 devices here in Intune administrator. I have to enroll 1,000 devices. So for enrolling these devices, I need to have a separate account, which we'll see in practice while we do the practical. Okay, so which we call as a DEM account, which is called Device Enrollment Manager. So this device enrollment manager will enroll those 1,000 devices or more than that devices. And however, it is required for the premium license when we have bulk enrollment we have to do. So in that cases, we need a DEM account for it. Okay, DM account for it. However, for standard users, when we go for our limited functionality with like in a free plan, suppose I have to enroll. So in that case, 15 devices can be enrolled for the standard users. Means suppose a standard user I have, so he would be able to enroll only 15 devices in my uh, enrollment or in my endpoint manager. Now the last requirement we need to have, which is the fourth requirement, which we call as device and networking requirement. Device and network requirements. So how these device network requirements, so it will function in the form of supported OS operating system which is required. So basically it will follow the OS operating system, Windows operating system, which involves Windows 10 or 11 devices. In the meantime, it will also have the iOS functionality, which is iOS devices. It can enroll the iPad OS, which is required, or Raspberry, that also we can enroll, and Mac OS with that Android and Linux devices. Okay, so that can the kind of a device requirement we need to ensure that it will provide the connectivity. Now, for communicating with the, like say, endpoint management portal. Okay, we you need to have network endpoints. So that can be managed for the devices of Intune. Now, for having the, let's talk about a specific scenario, like I want to enroll the Apple devices. So I need to have the certain connectors for it. Okay, for enrolling the iOS and Mac OS devices, I need to have the third party connector, which is for having the, which is called third party connector. We say in that case, we will need to have a certificate here. So what kind of certificate? Which is Apple MDM push certificate we need to have. That we'll see in practical when we will do uh, while connecting to the portal. So through this, we would require an Apple MDM push certificate. Like in Windows device, we need to have the certificate, self-signed certificate. Okay, when we do the exchange, so self-signed certificate will require for Windows devices. In the same way, Apple, it will require an MDM push certificate for enrolling those devices into our Intune portal, which is our endpoint management portal. Okay, endpoint management. So this follows the Windows and as well as Mac OS management. So these are the prerequisite guys for managing the Microsoft Intune in our playlist. So I hope this will clear you. In the upcoming videos, we'll discuss more on the labs part, how we can enroll those devices and work on it. Thank you for watching.